Hi, I'm Kylie Bruner, and welcome to my channel. You're going to find a little bit of something for everybody here. I'm going to take you on a journey from the best campsites to super fun outdoor activities, all the way to how-tos and DIYs for gardening, cooking, and holistic healing. Please be sure to hit the subscribe button and notification bell. Thank you so much and enjoy. I have had lots and lots of requests for a from scratch cobbler recipe. So I'm gonna share that with you right now. It's pretty super simple. You're gonna start with a 9x13 pan. You need a stick of butter. I have the oven preheated right now. It's going as we speak and it's preheated for 375. And what I'm gonna do is take this whole stick of butter and I'm just gonna cut it in about 8 pieces and move those 8 pieces around the bottom. And then I'm gonna stick this whole pan in the oven so that it melts this butter for me while we do the rest of the cobbler. So while that's melting, I'm gonna move on to the peaches. I have exactly 4 cups of peach flesh here. These are peaches from our actual tree that we grew and that I peeled, but I'm sure you could use canned peaches as well. So this is 4 cups, and what I'm going to do with this is add sugar to it. Now you're gonna need about 2 cups of sugar for the whole recipe, but you're gonna want them to be separated. So I'm gonna pour off a cup into here. Doesn't want to come out of it. Pour a cup into there. So your crust is going to call for a cup of sugar, and then your peaches are going to call for a cup of sugar. So in the peaches, I'm going to pour that cup of sugar, and I'm also going to pour in 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. Simple as that. I'm going to stir that all together, and then I'm going to put this on the stove on high. And I'm gonna bring that to a boil while I am stirring it constantly. So get that all stirred in. I'm gonna set that aside. I'm gonna take this to the stove, put it on high, and work on bringing it to a boil. So while that's heating up, I'm going to put the crust ingredients together. You will need 1 cup of flour, 1 cup of sugar, 1 cup of sugar, 1 tablespoon of baking powder. Yes, baking powder, and I say that because my young 14-year-old girls were joking, saying that baking powder and baking soda were the same thing when they were baking something. So no, they're not the same thing. Baking powder actually helps your dough to rise. If you get it wrong in the cobbler, it will not be a cobbler. So baking powder, 1 tablespoon. And then we're just gonna do a small little pinch of salt. I like to just sprinkle a little into my hand like that, and then add that to the batter. So now I'm gonna take a whisk, and I'm just gonna whisk through those dry ingredients, and I'm gonna get them all mixed up really, really, really well. Those are mixed up really nice and pretty. So now we've taken the casserole dish out of the oven, and you can see all the beautiful melted butter across the casserole dish. And there's one more ingredient, to add to the batter. So what we're gonna do, we wanted to keep it dry until just before we're going to add it to the butter. So we're going to pour in the milk, and we're going to stir that really well. Well, not really well. We're just gonna stir that until all of the dry ingredients are just moistened. And then we're going to pour that into the hot butter. So I'm trying to back away from it a little bit because I'm afraid I might burn myself. Okay, I think I've got that pretty well done. Okay, so I'm just gonna drizzle this into the butter. I don't want to just kerplunk it in there because I want it to be kind of random of how it pops up with the butter in between stuff. This makes just the most beautiful cobbler you have ever seen. Cannot wait to show you what it looks like when it comes out of the oven. Meanwhile, I've got the peaches just boiling away. So you dump this in there, you do not stir. Do not disturb it at all. So you definitely want the peaches to boil hard. And they're gonna have a nice little froth on top of them like that. And then I just kind of like spoon the mixture and maybe even pour a little bit into all the yummy goodness that I've already put in here. Again, not stirring, not trying to get it all in one location. This is going to make a beautiful peach color. I can already tell looking at it. Absolutely delicious. Oh my gosh. We'll just pour the rest of that right in this side because I don't feel like it got as heavy. There we go. Again, no stir. This is what it's gonna look like going into the oven. We're already done other than the last step of sprinkling cinnamon if you like, or nutmeg, or both. I like a pretty heavy cinnamon hand, so I'm getting mine on pretty good. Now, all it needs to do is go into the oven for 40 minutes. And voila, you guys, this is one of the most beautiful, the smell is just amazing, peach cobblers I have ever made. This one right here is going to go into the freezer for when the kids come. I'm super excited to share it with them and so glad to have shared the recipe with you. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.